New to PlayStation VR, out of the game for a while, or just want to know what my favorite titles are, this video is for you. It's the Frank Show, what? The Frank Show, come on, the Frank Show, what? The Frank Show, come on, the Frank Show, what? The Frank Show, come on, the Frank Show. It's time for the show. Aloha headsets, Frankie Boy here, and I've gotten a lot of requests lately for a greatest hits, best of, top 10, etc., etc., and I hear you, and I got you covered, and that's what we're doing today. So next up are the 10 games that every PlayStation VR owner should eventually have in their library. Now, I'm not saying go out and grab every single one of these if you just got a PlayStation VR, because some of them might be a little VR intense for day one, but within due time, you're going to want to try all of them. And I have numbered this list for the man that goes, oh boy, I wonder what he's put at number 1. I got you, buddy. First up on the list, we're going to start with number 10, and that is, Sprint Vector from Servios. Now, this is an intense game. I'm talking like the first time that I played this game, the day after, I was dead. I couldn't lift anything at work. I couldn't do anything. I was like, I have to reevaluate my gaming life because I can't handle this. The courses are beautiful. The movement is beautiful. The online is so much fun, and the lobby is a skate park. So I mean, yeah, you can't beat that. It's hard to describe the feeling you get when you play it, but when you do it, yeah, it's beautiful. It really is like Mario Kart in virtual reality with way more athleticism. Now, everybody can play it. It's easy to pick up, and it works great on PlayStation VR. So if you've not tried it out, I definitely suggest you give Sprint Vector a look. Next up on my list, Ultra Wings VR, the ultimate flight simulator for PlayStation VR. Now, the developer BitPlanet is amazing. He has been adding in patches, adding in updates, fixing things here and there, reaching out to the community. He's been beautiful, and the game is beautiful, and it really is the closest thing we have to flying a plane right now on PlayStation VR, and it just recently got flight stick support. So, if you're into that sort of thing, which I know a lot of you are, definitely give it a go. One of my favorite games, it's really been out for a bit of time now, and they recently had a little teaser video for something possibly coming soon, is Static. This game is phenomenal, you guys. I mean, all it is DualShock 4, which some people have been asking me for who don't have moves right away, and you just hold your hand, but they're in puzzles in the virtual game, and you have to use what's around you and try to do this and that to escape the puzzle in this really uncomfortable, cool kind of doctor's office. It feels very Portal-esque, and I mean, it's a great time, and if you've not checked it out, I mean, come on. Nah. Next up, Resident Evil 7. I can't believe I didn't know this one was next. Now, Bandai Namco killed it with this one. They were like, you know what? We're making Resident Evil 7. They got PlayStation VR coming out. Whatever. Let's put the entire game in virtual reality. Let's make basically all the DLC in virtual reality, and let's make it it's perfect. It's so cool. I mean, moving around. I don't play horror games. I never played horror games. VR is the first time I've ever played horror games because they're so much more visceral and like a body sensation. And in my opinion, jump scares work a lot better, but I still don't get scared by it. Because at the end of the day, if you get worried, just forget you're in a game. And Resident Evil 7 was just so cool. You could open every drawer and explore the house and put things together and unlock puzzles, and it was just mind-numbingly awesome, and the visuals are spot on. So even if you're not a big fan of horror games normally, definitely give it a whirl. Try it, check it out. Next up on the list, and how could we forget it, is Farpoint. Now, campaign-wise, this thing was beautiful. Then they gave us the co-op mode, and more recently, we've gotten PvP modes, which lobbies are always populated. Now, this takes advantage of the aim peripheral, and boy, does it use it well. I mean, this game was made for the aim controller, but don't you worry, you can play it with a DualShock 4 as well. It's just not the same experience. Now, you're on a world, you're shooting Spideys, you're shooting aliens, it's kind of a tough game, and it might take you a little while to get through, but it's definitely rewarding and definitely fun, and the multiplayer is phenomenal. I should probably just keep the list out. All right, next up on this list, a Wipeout Omega Collection. I think you guys know what I'm talking about here. This is the game that has been around forever and updated forever and this and that, and probably when we get some next, like, plug ourselves in, we're gonna have another Wipeout Omega Collection update. But the state that it's in right now, you gotta buy in, because Wipeout Omega VR is addicting and there's so much to it. There were so many levels, there were so many different cards to unlock, there's so many different things to do if you're one of those gotta do everything kind of people. And especially VR races, this one takes the cake. It takes a second to get accustomed to it. It moves very fast, and it's super virtual reality. But if you can get the hold of it, get in the cockpit, start moving, and playing this game, it is a breathtaking experience. All right. I can't ever honestly even talk about virtual reality without this one. Super hot VR. I mean, come on, you guys. This game was made for virtual reality. Sure, don't get me wrong. It's cool playing it on a flat screen. It's cool playing it normal, but it is not the same thing as when you play it in VR. Anybody I have showed this game to instantly is just hooked on it. It is just perfect, and the color style, although simple, works. It goes to show you that mechanics mean so much more in VR than visuals or blood or gore or giant explosions. I mean, all you need is something solid to play around with and have fun with. And super hot is the time slowing, gun blasting, a knife throwing, dream Matrix style game that you've been waiting for. All right, next up on our list is completely free and something every PlayStation VR owner should have, and I honestly don't know how they're still getting away with it being free. I know they're getting tons of donations, and I smell the chance of maybe some more pricier items that you can buy from stores in the future, but probably the far future. But Rec Room, baby. Dun-dun-dun-dun. This game's awesome. Dun-dun-dun-dun. And sorry, that's the song. But it has so much to offer. Paintball. The paintball's just my favorite. But there's tons of mini games. There's tons of people to chat with. There's tons of custom rooms that people are making. It's just loads and loads and loads of never end. You could spend the rest of your life probably in Rec Room when you have free time, and you would not get bored because you find something to do every single day, because there's always different people in there, and it's cross-platform. So just, if you've not checked out Rec Room, you're only hurting yourself. All right, number 2 on our list was actually a surprise to me. You know what? Initially, I thought it was going to be a cool game, but I wasn't like, is this going to be as cool as everybody's hyping it to be? But you know what? It was. And it was beautiful, and it is perfect, and it is Moss. And it surprised me, honestly, guys, because that's not my kind of game. I mean, it is a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I love platformers. I like story. I like Enchanted. But virtual reality, I wanted something different. I don't want just controlling a mouse. But I was blown away by the story. I was blown away by the interactions. I was blown away by the visuals. And I just felt the connection with this little mouse, and it just felt like it was there. And it's just it's so fun and so sweet and so innocent and so well done. And they got chapter 2 coming, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna probably do even more than that. Maybe we'll even get a kids movie, I bet you, in the future. But you guys, check out Moss. Give it a second, give it a shot, give it a whirl, because it is definitely worth your time. And the number 1 game on our list, I'm pretty sure you guys all know what it is by now because it wasn't 10 through 9, is, what's that game that we got for, like, we've been buying for like 8 years now, and we still don't care because it's so damn awesome. Oh yeah, Skyrim VR. Yes, the entire game is in virtual reality. The DLC is in virtual reality. Sadly, we don't get mods like the PC people do, but whatever. You can still find so much to do in this game as it is. I mean, you don't need any other VR game. You can have your PlayStation VR. It's just a Skyrim VR machine, and I promise you'll get your money's worth out of it, especially if you've never played the game before, because there's a lot of people that hadn't even tried Skyrim and are like, I'll try it in VR, and I kind of feel sorry for them in a way, because if they got hooked, we're not going to see them for years. but yeah, definitely, you guys pick it up. It's so cool, slicing the sword and sending the spells and just honestly, what's really cool is you can just look off at a mountain and say, you know, I'd like to ride my horse there. And you can friggin' ride your horse there. And there's no other game that you can do that with such a giant map and so many things in between to do. And it's just never-ending, amazing fun. And it's Skyrim in VR. And it works. But that's it. That's number one, and that's the end of the list. And I hope you enjoyed that list. And I would honestly like to hear your list. So please, if you guys want any substitutions, changes, options, you hate my choices, whatever, please let me know in the comments. Because I promise you, if I don't respond, it's because I work all day long. For those of you who don't know, I run a restaurant as well, so I'm like there all day long. But I promise you, I read every single comment, and if I have a second, I'll try to respond. And we do Ask Frank, and we're gonna do more Ask Frank. For those of you that put your hashtag Ask Frank on the last video, you did a great job. Thank you. You're beautiful. I'm glad you did that. I just didn't want to put those on this video, but I will talk about Ask Frank on this video. But anyway, I'm blabbering. Stop blabbering. I mean, I didn't make this to blabber. We got through the games. You could get those games. Those games are good games. I promise you, those games are not a waste of your money. Those games are worth your time. There's not a single game on this list that you're gonna get and say like, oh, that was a crappy game. No, I promise you, it was tough, honestly, to pick these games. But these are the games that are great. Right, I promise you, and I promise you that even some of these games have been on for a while. Years from now, these games will probably still be on this list. I maybe updated, new. Like I said, plug into your ARM versions. But thank you for coming through. You're beautiful. I'm done. And most amazing audience in the world. Give yourselves a round of applause, high five, pat on the back. Give yourself a kiss if you even want to. I don't care. I'm not going to judge you. Frankie don't judge nobody. But more important than all of that is that if for some reason you made it this far and you're new to this channel, thank you for making it this far. You're awesome. You're my new best pal. Comment and say, I made it that far. Thank you, dude. New subscriber, and I promise you, I'll respond back. But if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR, and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on. Smooches. It's the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, the Frank Show. What? The Frank Show. Come on, Frank Show. It's time for the show.